Hello, everyone. Is the internet working? Has the internet stopped working? Who knows? Can you hear me okay? Let's just make sure. I'm using a new audio streaming solution to try and make everything work okay. So just yell madly in the chat if you're hearing me or not hearing me. Either way, I'm going to be making this video, an edited version of this video later for YouTube that will be the best parts, and it will skip all the stuff that I'm talking about right now. So yeah, let's see. Yep, work well. Hey, Chris, it's good. Yep. Okay, you're all hearing me. Yay! Okay. It has been too long. I'm sorry. I have not been doing things on the internet for a while. I'm very sorry about that. Let's be honest. Been kind of busy. I mentioned on Twitter that I got a dog. If you want to have about 2 hours less of free time a day, get yourself a dog. That's the way to do it. Yeah. So, anyway, and okay, someone's mentioning the yes, I forgot how to stream things, how to schedule the stream ahead of time. So there were a couple of very brief YouTube videos that were my two previous attempts to start this properly, and then I remembered what I'm actually supposed to be doing, you know, as much as one can. So anyway, thank you all for showing up. This is a new video. When it shows up on YouTube, it is probably going to be number 16 in the series of Club Penguin music reflections on, I'm sure I call it Club Penguin music behind the scenes. I don't even remember what I called my videos. Okay. All right. So, let's talk about Thin Ice. All right. Thin Ice, as a game on Club Penguin, was an arcade game, sat next to Astro Barrier. I made Astro Barrier. I did not make Thin Ice, but I contributed the music to it, and it holds a very special place in my heart because it is the first song that I put on Club Penguin. The very first song. In fact, it is the first song, as far as I can remember, that anyone ever paid me to write. So I want to kind of take this video through what that was like. And then we're going to go in a bit of a different direction than most of these behind the scenes videos. So let's start here. Club Penguin, as you know, launched with songs and got more songs as time went on. But it was royalty-free music. Now, what does that mean? It means that we weren't making the songs. Well, okay, there were a few songs that were made for Club Penguin, in a sense. Taz 1000 was the band that created songs like I've Been Delayed and I'm at 9933, and then later on started making some other songs for Club Penguin. The camping theme, they did some music for that. What else did they do music for? I think they did, they helped with some of the music for a couple of the stage plays early on. They did, drawing a blank. I'll see if I can remember some later. Anyway, most of the songs on Club Penguin were not made by people in the studio, and certainly not by me in the first year of Club Penguin's existence. Why? One reason, time. I was a little swamped, as were the other artists, everyone working on Club Penguin. We had a game to make, and buying music that other people had already made on the internet and sticking it in the site was just an easier way to go. We were fairly low key at the time, comparatively. It was frankly cheaper to do it that way. In general, and it was good quality stuff. Made some very, very classic songs. A lot of the songs that we associate with Club Penguin, original pizza shop, original coffee shop, a lot of those songs were just royalty-free music, and they were great. Liked them. So why didn't we keep going along that way? Well, one thing was that as Club Penguin got bigger, we realized we wanted to kind of own the rights to the songs that we were making. But there's another reason, and Thin Ice was it. So royalty-free music at the time, 2005, 2006, it was pretty easy to find certain genres of music. You wanted a soft rock song that sounded like it was something that would go well when it's hold music on a phone call or something like that. That was pretty easy to find. Even some epic symphonic orchestral stuff, sure, you could find that. Royalty-free 8-bit music was really hard to find at all. It's a little easier now, but still not a lot of it out there. And when the game Thin Ice was being developed, we said, hey, we need to find music that fits in this game that's very pixelated, that looks like it belongs in an arcade game. And we'd kind of gotten away without putting music into something like Astro Barrier because it was designed to be so old, like a Pac-Man kind of experience that relied only on sound effects, right? Thin Ice, we wanted it to actually have music in the background. So we looked at all these different pieces of royalty-free music. I was usually the one that ended up picking some of these songs if they weren't already from Penguin Chat 3, the precursor to Club Penguin, and couldn't find anything for Thin Ice. Nothing fit. Now, let's just step back a little bit. I started playing piano, not this one, but I started playing piano when I was 5. And almost immediately, the most fun that I had playing piano was not when I was playing songs that were the classical kind of pieces, or even the songs that were recognizable, right? If I was like to go into my grade 7 classroom and started playing the Simpsons theme on the piano, all the kids love that, right? But I liked making my own stuff. I always liked making my own songs. I was trying to make my own songs when I was like 5, 6, 7, to the point that I ended up using about 2 years worth of paper route money. This was a very like 1 day a week paper route, so it took a long time to get a lot of money from it. But I used paper route money to buy, with my dad's help, a synthesizer. The Korg M1 synthesizer. Let's see if I can find... Here we go. I have a picture here of the Korg M1 synthesizer. All right. And this is not mine. This was taken directly from the Wikipedia page about the Korg M1. Somebody named Deep Sonic took a picture of it. Thank you, Wikipedia photograph people. But this was my gateway into composing. All right. Yes, of course, you had the keyboard down here, 5-octave keyboard. You had, oh, this is weird. I'm not mirrored. Okay. Left-hand side of the keyboard, you had the joystick that could control pitch band and whether or not the sound was going that kind of thing, right? That's fun. Volume knob up here. Lots of buttons. This was a synthesizer made in like the late 80s-ish. It was a very popular synthesizer, late 80s, early 90s. You see the screen. The screen down in the center there. That little screen was my gateway into the synthesizer's memory. There was a way to open up a sequencer. A sequencer, when it comes to synthesizer terms, means that you would have, you could play music, record the notes onto the synthesizer's onboard memory, and then it would remember that sequence, remember what you played, and then you had tracks. There were 10 songs possible. Each song could have up to 8 tracks, 8 different instruments all playing at once. And this was my introduction into composing. The onboard memory on this particular device was laughably small. I don't know how much it was in kilobytes. The manual didn't tell me. It could hold 4,400 notes. So what I mean is, if I'm playing, oh wait, I should change my sound of what it is that I'm making here. All right. Right. Okay, that's 4 notes. It could hold 4,400 of them. Not in one song, mind you, across all 10 songs. Okay? As far as I understand it. So I ran out of memory very quickly if they were complicated songs, as they rapidly got to be. Okay? Why 4,400? I don't know. It doesn't even like fit in the usual computer powers of 2 thing. No idea. But anyway, this was the keyboard that I acquired when I was about 13, 14, and I would make recordings. I would plug in a cord that would record it to cassette, the songs that I made, and then I'd delete the song because I could only hold so many of them at a time. Was there more storage? Yes, there was. You notice right here, this little teeny tiny thing there, the little tiny slot. That was for a proprietary storage solution. Okay? So it had special cards that would go into that slot. Was I ever able to find those cards being sold? No! To this day, I have never held one of those cards to store my music, so whatever, it worked. Regardless, this was the keyboard that I had when I was 14, and this was still the keyboard, the only keyboard that I had when I started working at Club Penguin. So late 2006 comes the game Thin Ice, and we're looking for music that would go onto this keyboard, and I'd made little songs myself, and they'd kind of turned out okay. No one's ever paying me for these things, and I realized in the time it took for me to look for a royalty-free piece of music, I probably could have made the song that would go onto Thin Ice. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make this thing. Go away. All right. So I did. I went home and I tried composing this thing. And it's kind of janky to listen to it now. I wasn't the best at staying on time for the click track, and there was I didn't know how to quantize properly, which is a way of taking notes and making them stick to the beats that they're supposed to be on. But let's move over to this. Okay, I have here, ooh, let's get rid of you. I have this piece of audio up here. This is the song for Thin Ice. Fortunately, a lot of the songs in the best quality possible have been stored on the internet by wonderful fans like you. Thank you so much for recording and saving the history. All of you together have helped me remember Club Penguin in ways I would not normally be able to do. And let's just play the song as it is, all right? I'll even turn loop on so that, let's see, loop follows selection. There we go, loop on. All right, let's play the song in the best quality we currently have it. I just realized that I had the click track on the whole time. So, sorry about that. Let's restart. I think I also started playing it a little too loud. All right, gonna stop it there. Okay, let's talk about this song. My goal with this song was to try and emulate the arcade games of my past, right? Or really the Nintendo Entertainment consoles that this would have been inspired by with its pixel art and such. Um, and so I, of course, didn't have access to the actual sound chip and the sound card that was used to make something for, say, the original Nintendo Entertainment System. But I had things that were close. So I had something on the Korg called a square wave. Okay, it was you play a note, and actually, can we talk a little bit about? Just a second. I'm going to move back to this here. Main cam. Okay, let's talk about how those early game consoles made sounds. Okay. The Nintendo Entertainment System had 5 sound channels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Each channel could play a sound. Not a series of sounds. No, it's not an instrument track, it's a note track. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 2 were for a pulse wave or a square wave. This would be just a wave like this that was produced mathematically. It wasn't using like recorded sound to make new sounds. It was using math and creating sound on the fly electronically. Okay. I'm seeing someone in the chat mention that they had 7 channels. Yes, later Nintendo devices for certain regions of the world did have 7 channels. And if you play a game like Shovel Knight that tries to emulate what the sound card was like back then, it uses those new restrictions. But the original NES, with the games that I played on it, so the original Super Mario Brothers, it only had 5. Okay, but yes, good looking out there. First 2 channels, pulse waves. Okay. Third channel was called a triangle wave. So instead of being square like this, the shape of the wave sound was, you guessed it, a triangle. Okay? It made a different sound. Fourth was a noise wave. Okay? This was where you got your those kinds of things. And if you played those things fast enough, they could sound like percussion. And then the 5th one was what was called a PCM audio wave. I think I'm getting that right. The PCM audio channel was a very short recorded clip that could be played, just one, that could be played at different pitches to augment the song. So the best example I can think of from the NES era was the in Super Mario 3, Super Mario Brothers 3, when you are on an airship and it's going, let's see if I can actually just play the, let's see, which one am I on here? So, let's go, make Polyphony up. Right? In the background, in the bottom of that, there was this timpani drum going boom, 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 boom. Okay? So when that was happening, let's see. Oh, I'll just leave this here. This is chip sounds. This is how I'm now emulating the NES sound card. So we'll talk about that. But those were the 5 possible sounds that could be made. So any of the Mega Man games. Okay. So at the time, making Thin Ice, I wanted to try and create something that was close to what I remembered the NES being, without actually researching what the NES was capable of. I used some sounds in there, like a clap sound, that, unless I was using the PCM audio layer, would not have been possible. But regardless, it was a good first attempt, and it's here's the thing. It got me into making music for Club Penguin at all. The Thin Ice song, while imperfect as it is, made me realize that I might just be good enough to actually make music for Club Penguin. And so when the second song opportunity came up, which was Pizzatron, I said, you know what? I think I already have a song in my head for this. It's just the melody for Pizzatron came to me really, really quickly, to the point that I actually think sometimes, did I steal that from a different source? I don't know. I really hope not. But it's what started me on the path of making music for Club Penguin, and really now composing music professionally. So, I know I haven't really been acknowledging the chat here. Just to fill everyone in the chat what I'm doing, I've been talking about Thin Ice and how I started recording music, my origin story of composing, and Thin Ice being the first song that I composed for money. But it has occurred to me that we don't really have a high quality version of this song, okay? So I was thinking, what if I tried to recreate it? And so now that's what I'm going to try and do live for you here. Hello, chat. All right. Let's see. People talking Pizzatron. All right. First of all, let me see. Okay. This right here, I don't know if you can see, polyphony. Let me just explain what that means. If you want to be authentic to how these tracks usually go, you could only play one note at a time. So if I try playing two notes on here, it only sounds like one because it only is one. It's limiting me to one note. If I turn polyphony to 2, I can do 2 notes, but I can't do 3. If I turn polyphony to like 32, then I can just play it like a normal synthesizer. Okay, so let's go to this and see what we've got. All right. In the original song, which I will play again here, and you'll probably get sick of it by the end of the video. Okay, just that little bit. Let's see what it is that I'm doing there, okay? So, oh, wait, did I turn polyphony back to 1? Yes, I did. All right, 2. I'm going to record that onto the same track because I don't need to use the same restrictions that the NES had. What am I doing there? Okay, that, I'm not going to go into huge detail for everything here, but that's simpler than it sounds, okay? It's just music theory chords, okay? Let me turn polyphony way up so that I'm not going to confuse things here. Start with this. Okay, simple enough, all right? Now I'm going to make chords where I was. I'm going to use major chords all the way down. Let's now arpeggiate it. And arpeggio in music is when you take a chord and you break it up so that you hear each note individually. There are different methods of arpeggiation. I'm going to do something that is commonly known as ping pong. Don't really like how the first chord is major. I'm going to make it minor. I feel like it fits. All right, that would be the bottom half of this. But I'm doing something with my other hand here at the top, right? What am I doing there? in reality, I'm just using a trick, which is the same chords. This, if I take these notes here and move them up an octave, they're up here. That in music is known as an inversion, okay? This is a B minor chord. This is a B minor chord, second inversion. If you want B minor chord first inversion, you just take one note and move it up an octave. Okay, so if I play the arpeggios of the same chord, but I put it up to this inversion, it sounds like. Okay. Playing both at the same time. All right, so now let's record this thing. Okay, first of all, I'm going to turn the click track back on. Now, I originally made this song at what I thought was 180 beats per minute. Turns out that my Korg M1 synthesizer might have been lying to me, because when I brought it into this program, I had to test it out before the stream and find the tempo, and it was 179.75-ish. So let's listen. All right, do you hear the tick, 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 tick in the background? I will make this much quieter. Hear the tick? Okay, that is going to keep me on the beat, okay? Let's see, just to answer some extra questions here. Was the original made to be low quality, or was that just the result of Flash? That was the result of Flash to some extent. Keep in mind, for the Korg, I was recording it on the device and then taking the audio out and recording it onto a different device, like turning the sequence into audio and then turning that audio into Flash. So there might have been some, I might not have been very good at recording it that far either. But yes, Flash, especially in the early days, really, really crunched down a lot of the songs, which is why a lot of the songs in the early days were not of the highest audio quality. All right, so I am now going to try and play the, but to the click track. And if this doesn't work out, I'm going to show you a trick that I use. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on so that it's while I'm recording. This red dot shows me that I'm recording onto that track. Okay, that is recorded, and now I can play it back. I'm going to turn the metronome off. No hands! Okay. Now the nice thing is, I can go in here. This is the music. This is the view that I would see of what it is that I've been playing. I'm going to get rid of the synth here so that I have more room on the screen. Okay. Let's look at it all at once. Let's copy it, or select it all. Let's drag it so that it's a little bit more on the beat. And then we're going to quantize. Now, normally, let's explain what quantize is. It says start 100%. If I press quantize, it will attempt to see all these little faint lines going down here. I don't know if everyone can see that. It's a bit faint, but if I go apply, now the beginnings of every note is stuck to one of these line increments, okay? That is handy, and it is something that I did not do in the original song. We're just going to fix that. Actually, no, we are going to select it all again, and I'm going to go 8th note instead of, there we go, that looks better. Okay, let's listen to it. All right, I don't like that these notes are a little too short. Okay, oh man, if I would have dreamed of having something like this in 2006. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure I played some wrong notes in that part here. So I'm going to listen to the original song again and see what it is that I did wrong. Okay, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. I just need to change this to E flat instead of E. Okay, and I need to get rid of this. Cannot be possibly right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Answering some questions here. Okay, does quantizing affect the length of the note or just the starting time? That is a great question, Floraqua. Floraqua Floral. That's a neat username. Okay, it depends. I have it set so that it doesn't, but if I really want it to, I can make it so that the end of the note also butts up against the line. I just haven't done it here. All right, so let's now do the triangle wave. Okay, the triangle. You know, let me just bring this up here. So this is chip sounds. I said I would talk about this. I'm going to talk about it now. Let's use it in the triangle wave version here. But okay, pulse wave. So there are different kinds of pulse waves that the NES could use. Here's one. Oh, wait, no, that's not. There we go. So this is one. But it could also sound like this. Same instrument, just different pulse speed. Or it could sound like. Okay. Yeah. So that is that. There's also the triangle wave. So the triangle wave only has one way of it sounding, but you can still do little tricks with it. It was commonly used for the bass in NES songs. Okay. Noise. It was capable of doing that, but it often, let's see if I can find a, there we go. And if you combined a wave with a noise, you could also get some interesting effects with it. Okay, so that was cool. Let's go back to triangle because I'm going to put bass behind what I did in the song here. So it sounds like, okay. I believe that's just what I did. I just kind of did a bass that was sticking along with the same chords that I was playing up at the top, the arpeggiation thing that I talked about before. Okay, let's do it. All right, cool. I believe that there are other things that were in the original song. Ah, the claps. Okay, so there were claps over most of it. And at the very end, there was the do-do-do-do-do. So both of those, let's do what the NES could have done for it, okay? We're going to start with, I'll put in another chip sound synth, and we are going to do a noise channel. Okay, I think there are things that I could do to make that more interesting. But let's clap, clap, clap. clap, clap, clap. Okay. That was in the original. Let's mute that now. Okay. Actually, why is this track so big? It does not need to be so big. It can be tiny. There we go. All right, I need to, because I didn't have my click track on, I need to quantize that back into place. And honestly, I probably need to do that with my triangle wave as well. I don't really like where that's going. I think I'm up too high with my clap sound. So let's lower it here. Okay. Where did the clap sounds originally come from? Pepecito asks. So good question. I'm assuming it was just from one of the default Korg drum kits on the original synthesizer. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. The levels of some of these songs, people thinking the bass should be a touch softer. Probably right. In fact, I could drop it a little bit right now. Drop in the bass. Yeah, good call. And fine tuning is probably going to happen later, but I'm at least going to see if I can get to the meat of the song soon. All right. Now for the kick. So at the end, there was this that can also be done on the NES sound chip. All right. So how am I doing that? Let's bring it up. This is the triangle wave. So you remember the triangle wave from before? I'm doing a little trick with it. It's the same instrument, but I have this fun thing on. So it's a pitch bend. It's a very, very fast pitch bend downwards, okay? So think of, if I'm humming it, it'd be like, ew, ew, ew. Okay? I'm going to slow down the pitch bend so that you hear what I'm talking about. Okay. That was a second long pitch bend, but if I make that like 0.08 of a second, stop. Okay. If I make that very, very short, instead of ew. Blue Satoshi, Mega Man used the same trick. They absolutely did. That's where I learned it. So good call there. Yeah. I think that. I like that. Let's go with that. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. That was horrible, but I don't have to be good. I can just change it later in MIDI. So, dun 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 do 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 do. Let's see. Let's do do. Let's see if this is right. That sounds pretty good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let's get into the actual meat of the song, just because I, can't be here all day. All right, so I believe I remember the melody. Let's just listen to it again, though, here. All right. I'm going to play that so that we at least have a melody to work from. Okay. So, 1, 2, oh, turn on click track. Very important. Something like that. I probably am off in a couple of places. I'm going to call it close enough. Let's quantize that as well. Yeah, it's looking pretty close to the beat. Let's listen to this here. Get rid of that. Oop. That's wrong. Oof. Yeah, let's fix that. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. It was closer than I thought it was. That's good. All right. Can we do the triangle bass now? Let me listen to the original again. Listening to the bass this time. Okay, sounds like, oh wait, I better listen to the end. Okay, think I can remember that. Let's see how this goes. Turn that back on. Let's go with that. Sure, that would work. Let's see. Yes, I do want 16th notes on. Okay. Okay. Boom. Dun, dun. All right, sorry for not interacting there, but okay. Let's see. People saying I would trade my sense of smell for pitch perfectness any day. It has its advantages. I will say it was an interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Perfect pitch can be learned. You're not born with it. Sort of. You can get really, really good with relative pitch. And if there are people who are watching this wondering, how do I get, I want to play music, I want perfect pitch. People who don't have perfect pitch, the way they tend to do it, as far as getting close to it, is really, really good pitch memory for a certain pitch, and then really good relative pitch to get from that anchor point. There are some people who will like just remember that a certain song, they remember that song so well, and they remember what it starts with, and so they can use that note as a reference point everywhere else. Which sounds like a great workaround, and if you are wanting to practice that, go for it. Having great relative pitch is absolutely a boon for any composer, including me. Perfect pitch actually made my relative pitch a little bit more difficult to learn. I should be explaining this, shouldn't I? Perfect pitch, I know that this is a G. Relative pitch is when you hear a note, you hear a second note, and you know how far they are apart, okay? Because I had perfect pitch, I didn't think much about relative pitch, and then when it came time to have to transpose to go to a different key of song that I was playing, like if I was going to try and play this song but in a different key, it gets really difficult. It's a mind bender for me, a little bit more so than somebody who's really trained with relative pitch but doesn't have perfect pitch very well. That's how that works. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go on here. So I did that. Oh, right. Okay. I need to put in the original song, so there's the dun 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 dun, which I think I know how I'm gonna pull that one off. We need a new Chip Sounds instance though. Let's go to, I'm just gonna stick with the Nintendo sound chip just because that's like nostalgic for me. Oh, Polyphony. Remember, I can't play more than one note at the same time unless I make it so. So. Yeah. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can make this work. I don't think I'd put anything at the end of that one. It's close. I think I did some things in the original song. Mr. C, big brain, learn the frequency of your tinnitus and have perfect relative pitch from that. Oh, that's torturous, but also kind of funny. Yeah, that's good. When I finish this, will I post this somewhere else? Yes, any of my live stream videos pretty much are available after the fact on my channel. So yeah, don't worry, Blue SDK. Yeah. Let's see, Indiana Jesus sounds slightly high to me for some reason. That's very possible. It's the same tones, but I'm using different instruments, and different instruments have different sound qualities to them. So I'm thinking because I'm not using the exact same instruments I was using back then, and the fact that it was a lower quality recording, I think that might be contributing to that. Okay, let's see. So let's listen to the original again. There's a lot of going back and forth. Okay, so this was wrong. That needed to be down. Okay, so let's copy that and put that here, because I can. All sorts of quick and dirty hacks to make this kind of thing work. Okay. That was a dun, dun, dun. Yeah, one semitone. Okay. Ooh, I had something different over here. Dun, 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 dun. Interesting. This is dun, 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 dun. I think that'll work. I'll listen to it in the end. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. A little too fiddly. Oh, that was the wrong one. Which one did I get wrong? Ah, there it was. Let's go back here. Sorry, what I'm doing right now is I'm listening to the original, and then I am trying to use relative pitch, basically, to adjust what I played so that it'll be in the right position, so that when I play my version as I heard it before, yeah. That should be right. Plus, I need to actually quantize all this again, so let's do that. Quantize. Dun, dun, dun. That is an F. That's where the perfect pitch comes in handy. Dun, dun, dun. Get rid of those notes. We don't need you notes. Many, many notes die in the name of a good song. And there's nothing there. Kill you. Okay. So let's go back to the original song now and see if I got this sounding good. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, that was wrong. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's just try and speed through here. I am amazed at how many of you are sticking with me as I'm going through what is essentially dragging rectangles around. I will attempt to keep commenting on what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but I don't usually say anything while I'm composing, so the fact that I'm this talkative is still kind of odd. Let's see. Mr. C asked, hey, technical question. I'm on Studio One 4 Pro. Do you think the upgrade to Studio One 5 is worth it? What new features do you use? The only reason that I upgraded to Studio One 5 is because it had a much better notation system, or one at all, I guess, music notation. So, like, if I go over here, I can actually see the music that I'm making, but I can see it in sheet music form. And there's been the occasional time where somebody has asked me, hey, can I get a printout of that in sheet music? And previous version of Studio One, I wasn't really able to do that easily. Now I am. So that's why I upgraded. But Studio One 4 is a very good. It's a very good program. But the upgrade was also relatively cheap, so balance it out for yourself. Okay. Let's see. I think there's more that needs to be done. There's the kind of kick, the noise tracks that I did for the song, but I'm going to skip ahead to this other part of the song so that I can at least have the whole thing recorded, and then if I want to end the stream early, I can. All right, so let's go to what the next part of the song Okay, okay. I'm gonna need to go through that a few times, I think, but I know the gist of it. It was 2 notes, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. It wasn't just, it was. Okay. All right. Let's give this a shot. Got something wrong there, but that should be enough to work with. So I'll keep this one as well. Oh, so I didn't use this trick earlier, but I have on many other songs. If I have a song in mind that I want to play, but it's too difficult to play quickly, I'm going all over the place with it. The nice thing, I can just edit where I am here, right? Yes. Okay. I have a tempo down here. I can change this to a lower speed. So I could change it to, instead of 179.75 beats per minute, I could change it down to 100. And then it's going bum, 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 bum. I can record at that speed and then just bring the tempo back up, and it sounds like I'm playing magnificently. I thought I might have had to do that with the opening of this song, and I didn't, so I felt like that would make sense to share that trick. Okay, so let's go back to the bass again. All right, let's see how it goes. Something like that. All right. Let's apply the quantize again. I don't think I did anything crazy. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to do now? Let's listen to the original song. Okay, so I'm doing that drum thing a lot. Sure, why not? This was Chip Sounds. This was Pulse 25, I think. Okay, so this is the... trying to find the right kick. I like that one. Okay. Maybe. I'm not entirely happy with that. I may have to find a different kick solution, but we'll go with that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Soup Studios asks, am I to assume Chris did Bits and Bolts too, since it uses like the same instruments? Yes. I didn't use this specific virtual instrument, but I used a different one that emulated the NES Sounds. Those ones, I felt like I had grown a lot as a musician, and I like Bits and Bolts. You know what? Actually, let's just take a break from this. There we go. That is fun. Okay, back to this. How close are we here? Well, we haven't done the clap noises. Let's hear where they are in the original. I feel like they were pretty... Right. Okay. I was real boring with those guys. All right, let's do this. Clap. Okay. The more I do in this song, the more I realize that it needs a bit more work than just what I'm doing here for it to really be a good remix of a song. Because, I mean, I feel like I've progressed. Well, it's not really a remix. I'm kind of trying to remake it with NES instruments closer to what it would have sounded like if I actually had those available. One thing that I am going to do at this point, I'm actually going to go into... So this is the mixer. What does it do? It mixes things. No. All of these are the tracks that are here. Okay. You see, I'm selecting each one and it selects the one up there. Down here, it says main for all of these. When it says main underneath here, that means that all of these tracks are being sent to one single channel, and whatever is played is being heard through here. I'm going to create another channel. It's called a bus. It's like getting all the tracks on a bus to go somewhere, I guess. They call it a bus. Add bus for selected channels. So now all of these channels are going to here before they go to here. And I'm going to put in some EQ. What is EQing? EQ, it looks like this. It looks like a line. No, it doesn't even, I'm sure on some of your screens it doesn't even show up as a line. But this is, maybe, are there ways to, can I show, I'd love to be able to show this with like a shaded region to make it easier. Oh well, guess I won't find that. I can change the quality of the song with this. Not that I can make the song amazing with it, like it was performed by an orchestra or something. I can change the audio quality. So let's see what that means. Now watch this. I did hear something weird, though, in the beginning of this. I feel like I made some kind of... weird. Okay. I think something that I did got quantized wrong over here. And I don't remember making anything move here, but maybe I did. All right. Let's go back to the EQ. find that the song kind of has a very, very harsh upper end to it, at least in my headphones it does. So I'm just kind of getting rid of that. Let's see. Do I have a... Let's go to the original song. That! That's what I was missing. Okay, I can add that in. All right, let's see. Don't know if that's the right instrument for that, but I'll go with it for now. And triangle. And over here. Okay, well, anyway, I could keep noodling around with this. I could keep fiddling with this for quite a while. I probably will, but not on stream, just because I have to go get lunch and some other things that need to be done here. That being said, I want to thank you all. And there is a lot of you, I am noticing. Hello, many concurrent viewers. Thank you all for coming out here. Before we go, I might as well hear what the finished song, well, finished, how far I've been able to take the song in the hour or so that we've been doing something. Yeah, let's just listen to the song in all its glory. And I don't know, I kind of having the bug to maybe remix this and make a more 2020s version of it without the dread of the 2020s. Just you know, different synths. I feel like a remix could be really fun with this one. But anyway, let's hear where the song is now. Oh, wait a sec. What is making that happen? I gotta fix that. Sorry. There it is. I think everything else is okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, needs some work at the end, especially, and I feel like I could just be filling out some of the notes, kind of doing some fine tuning on it itself. But in the end, I feel like that could be and improvement to the song. I will try and make the MP3 available. I don't know, I'll stick it up on, I do have a SoundCloud that I hardly ever update to because I don't really like updating SoundCloud. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy with this. This is something that I'd wanted to do for a while, and so I'm glad that I did. Let me see. I'm just gonna, sorry, I'm still quantizing things. I can't end a video without endless quantizing. That's you're gonna remember that word, aren't you? You're gonna like wake up in the middle of the night, quantize. Screen hog. Anyway, thank you very much for coming out to this here. Yeah, I very much appreciate it. Somebody was saying Rickroll in the comments, so there you go. That was a very, very brief 8-bit Rickroll. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you all. I hope you are having a wonderful Thursday or Friday. I suppose it technically could be if you are watching in the middle of the night from New Zealand, which if you are, that's amazing. Yeah. This was fun. I will try to do more of these in the coming months, which I think I say every time. Last time it was 3 months before I did one, so they'll try and be better than that. But yeah, I am saying goodbye. And thank you, chat, for being, in general, a very courteous chat with each other. You know, years later, Club Penguin fans are still the best. So thank you so much for that. All right, I am peacing out.